Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we're on the hunt for greatness. We are on a black and white journey trying to find some type of Victini or SIR or a Hydreigon or a friggin' monochrome or whatever, but we've got a lot of stuff to open up. That's what we got today. We got a binder collection. Yes, we've opened up a lot of these binder collections. Yes, we've opened up a lot of the Victini boxes, ETB and poster collection, but still, I've got a lot of stuff to get through. So, what do you say we get started? I don't know where to get started though with this. I think we'll just start with the poster collection and we'll make our way all the way up into the Black Bolt ETB. All right, here we go. Poster collection. Feel free to skip on through this because we can absolutely struggle going through these things. Okay. It's gonna take me so long to clean out this clinic. It's gonna take forever. So many things, so many packs, so much plastic, so much waste that these guys do. Actually, we'll take those posters and we'll give them away to kids and whatnot, because the kids actually seem to be kind of interested in them. The younger kids, like when they start to get into their teens or early teens, they start to get all weird, you know. They definitely get all weird. They're like, oh yeah, you know, I don't want that, too cool for that. Like I'll have a poster of Green Day or, you know, Avril Lavigne on their wall, but not a Pokemon poster. All right, Harley Quinn, Mandy Buzz, Stoutland, Roggenrola into our first pull from the first pack, which is just a basic Hydreigon EX. We'll definitely take that. Always in for a cool first pull. All right. Got a little bit of a stack going on over here. For those of you that don't know, yes, we are going pretty much back-to-back videos because we finally have the time to actually shoot some videos here today. So that's nice. And frankly, kind of overdue. Gigalith into a Pokeball Joltik and a Shelmet and a Virizion regular holo. All right. Over the last couple weeks, over the last like 4 days, I've been, now, whenever this video is going to come out, it's probably about a week now. Over the last week, I've been cleaning up the clinic down here, and yes, there's going to be a lot of eye candy that's going to be hitting the back wall here at the shelving behind me. So we'll be putting that out here pretty soon, but we don't have it yet. And frankly, I'm not just going to wait to shoot a bunch of videos once all that stuff arrives. Seismitoad, Reverse Pokeball, into a Caracosta regular holo. I'd love to pull that Seismitoad IR. That's going to be sweet. I don't know when we're going to do it. I don't know if we're going to do it. But hopefully we got something. Hopefully. I mean, shoot, we've already pulled a Godpack. I mean, we were like, what? I think in total, 10 packs into the entire set, and we pulled a Godpack. So that was absurd. Like, that was absolutely amazing. Trigonal Thundurus into an illustration rare Electros. Our first illustration rare of the day. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. That's actually kind of a... You know, I don't remember what that Pokemon is based on. Like in Lamprey. I believe it's like an electric eel and lamprey is what they're kind of basing that off of. Victini box. For those of you that don't know, yes, the promo is going for like nearly $15 as of the shooting of this video. Yeah. And oh my goodness, wow. I feel like they used extra tape on the, or extra glue on this. And then I want to like slide my hand in. Yeah, we're just gonna destroy the box to get these packs out of there. I think there's 4 boosters. And then a very cool illustration rare. There you go. You got the jumbo illustration rare as well. My daughter loves collecting those. Boom. Dumping packs. We'll start off with the black one this time because the white one went first last time. Hopefully we could get something sick. Haven't pulled a haven't pulled an SIR in a while. But I also haven't been opening up a lot of Black Bolt and White Flare for a while. Just because I've got other sets I would rather open. Timber into an illustration rare Amoonguss and a a super rare Zekrom Basic EX, whatever you want to call it. It is a Basic EX Zekrom. But a double banger nonetheless. And that's pretty awesome. I'd say so far the Victini box might be winning. And I'm also pretty sure I just had one of those Amoongus's that I picked up at a show and sold probably a few minutes afterwards. So that was pretty cool. All right. Come on. Let's get something big. Carablast into a Pidove. All right. Unpheasant. Audino into an Amoonguss. Regular Amoonguss. And a Landorus. Easy day. I do like the hollow pattern that they did. It's kind of got those lines going through it. It's cool. It's a cool pattern. I wonder why they did that. Like if there's any real specific reason why they went with the lines. It must be some type of homage to Black and White. Maybe I don't know if it's the game or the original Black and White that they decided to go with some type of tip of the hat to. I don't know. Do you guys know? Celador? That's a interesting looking Pokemon. Joltik, Salk into a Whimsicott EX. All right, White Flare, let's do this. We got a little bit more to keep going through here. Maybe that's why everybody's opening the Black Bolt. They're just hoping to hit some bigger cards. I believe the Victini is worth more in that one than in White, and I believe that the Zekrom is worth more than the Reshiram. And then I think you've also got the Caracosta, and that's a art rare as well. So I just think it's just, you know, not necessarily pull rates, but pull chances. Like the things that you're more likely to pull might make it a little bit more, you know, a little more money. And you know what's funny, before the whole talking about the Seismitoad, you've got pretty much nobody. I mean, the card was probably only worth like what, $15? And then the fact that they found, not found, but we interpret the numbers that are actually placed on the card in the lighting from the artist. People are going crazy over those 3 numbers. Mostly because they figured it would be banned. And once a card is banned, there's no more printing of that card, at least until they make some type of an adjustment to it. And remember, card is only worth what people are willing to pay. So the card in itself isn't valued any more than what people are willing to pay. So like when it was worth $20, people were buying it for $20. But then a couple weeks later, when they decided that they wanted to buy it for $200, Harlequin, they were paying $200. And now it's down to just below $200. And that's fine, I guess. But still just a regular illustration rare. Your likeliness of pulling that card is the same as your likeliness of pulling just about any card. Even though we have pulled multiple illustration rares for duplicates already. Mostly because it was the Godpack that did that to us. But either way, never going to turn down a sick opening, a sick pack opening. All right. Okay. Sawsbuck, Gigalith, Herdier, no IR so far for the binder opening. I believe our Godpack came from a poster collection. What if that's where it is? What if all like the poster collections is where all the bangers are? I think most of my, it's been all over the place. From what I've been hearing, people haven't been getting more pulls from one thing over the other when it comes to this set. Oh, illustration rare, Duat into a Keldeo EX. Nice. Somebody was actually just looking for that Duat the other day. So if you ended up subscribing to the channel, There you go. We'll get that card out to you at our next show. All right, we got some white flare packs still going. Oh man, 2 packs left from the binder collection. And we got a Duat down. That's about it. That's not too bad. Not great. But that's the crazy thing about black and white. It could all change. Just like Prismatic. Joltik, Sauk, Chandelure. At least the pull rates are a lot better in here than in Prismatic, but Prismatic doesn't have illustration rares. This does. A lot. Every Pokemon in the entire set has an illustration rare. Kind of wondering when they're going to do that for 151. Definitely always has that ace in a hole of nostalgia. So the guys at Pokemon definitely, in case any of their numbers ever start declining, they always know that they've got the ability to bring everybody back with just one set. Like, they really thought that was going to happen with Evolutions, but no. Evolutions didn't really bring a lot of people back. It was more so along the lines of just like a really cheap set that they were really hoping was going to bring it all back. And then COVID kicked off, and that brought a lot of people back for sure. All right, ETBs. Haven't opened up a Black Bolt ETB in a bit. We do have that promo card. It's kind of cool. I don't like Thundurus, Landorus, Tornadus. Just not a fan of the Pokemon. It's just a buff looking lion tiger thing with a cloud. Then you got the other version where it's like flying and he's got wings and looks like a bird griffin thing, and not into it. All right, let's get through this. We got a Musharna, Trigonal, Solosis into an Emolga with no first pack magic. Oh well. But I think this is gonna be the last video in sequence that we're doing today, because that's 3, and because we have to do some editing. We have to do some other stuff. We got to, clean up around the house a little bit. Got a bunch of boxes out here we got to get rid of. I got to go to GameStop to submit some cards to PSA. Hopefully we get something in all of this to submit, but it's not looking like we're going to get really anything so far. It's kind of been the most uneventful black and white opening that we've ever had, which is pretty weird. Honestly, it is really weird. Like, I think we're at 2 illustration rares, the Duat, and then what was the other one? The Electros? That's about it. That's really low. Extraordinarily low, actually. But, alright, Seismitoad Pokeball. Already got one of those into a Victini and a Landorus. Yeah, second time we pulled the Seismitoad Pokeball in this video. We might have to go into overtime because I brought the tote over here, and the tote has so many things. All right. Snivy. All right, what do we got? Darmanitan, Braviary, Golurk, Pawniard, Alomaloma, and a Kyurem EX. I mean, at least we're getting a couple things. Ah, dang. All right, we got to keep our chin up, though. Keep the chin up. It's like the other day when I was opening that box of, what was it? Journey Together. That was freaking wild. Like, as I'm talking about like how bad the pull rate was, you pull the absolute chase in the set, and that was amazing. All right, Crocodile into a Sandile into a Crocorock. That's pretty cool. Wow. Pokeball Sandile into a Crocorock illustration rare. That's neat. Very, very neat. Very cool card as well. Because the Sandile illustration rare is like, he's kind of like being all sneaky little croc where he's going through the sand and yeah, just kind of creeping up on the cameraman or the illustrator, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, boom. All right, let's hope for some big bangers in here. So we need to go out with a bang. Pie Dove, Golett into a Haxorus, and nothing else. What, we got 3 packs left? Plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right. Boom. Petalil. Do you guys have a favorite illustration rare in this set? Oh, Meloetta EX. It's not the SIR, it's just the regular full art, but that's pretty neat. Let me know what your guys' favorite illustration rare is, because mine's well, SIR it'd be the Hydreigon, and then IR be the Caracosta or the Tortuga. They're so cool. Playing around the water, having a good time. Cincino into a throw, into a Tortuga, Petalil, Cryogonal into a Superior EX. It looks like the ETB has the better pull rates that were versus, I mean, the other things. It could just be coincidence. But yeah, we might have to go into a little bit of overtime here, depending on how this last pack magic goes. Carablast, Larvesta. All right, Pokeball, Servine into an Elgium, and that's it. All right, get that Servine little put up there. We'll clear these off to the side, and we'll find something in the tote to throw down. All right, let's find a fish, or sorry, a frog and a dog. That's what we're looking for, a frog and a dog. Boom. Any one of the dogs would be great. And for the frog, you know which frog we want. We want that big frog. Diplin, Seeking into an Iron Thorns EX. Thorns? Either way. You know, there's probably like 6 variations of that Iron Thorns in all of Scarlet Violet. That's a little lazy. Little lazy. All right. Twilight Masquerade. You know that set's going up. It's going really up right now. The pulls in it are, I mean, the pulls aren't getting any better, but the card prices are going up quite a bit. Ogerpon, Darmanitan into another Ogerpon. Ogerpon EX. You know, the amount of SIRs that I pulled from Twilight Masquerade is 2. The Frog and not Carmine, Perrin. The Frog and Perrin. Those are the only 2 I pulled from Twilight, I think. I'm not going to fact check that while we're doing the video, but, you know. All right. We got a Frogadier. Let's see if maybe we can pull his big brother. Glaceon, Volbeat, Flabébé into a Blissey EX. That's not so bad. Is that a 1 pull from each pack? That is 1 pull from each pack. That's all right. We'll definitely take that because, I mean, that's 3 for 3. Yeah, they're all lower end, but that's fine. You know, little Ogerpon probably costs like 25 cents or $1 if even. The Blissey, I think, is a $2 or $3 card, and the Iron Thorns is maybe 50 cents. So, not too bad. All right. But, you know, it was nice to see the Frogadier right off the bat. And maybe we get the frog in this one. Nope. Chimchar into a Sinistcha. You know what's funny? The amount of, like, the playable cards for all of Scarlet Violet, they're almost all in Shrouded Fable. It's just so funny. There's almost no playable cards in any of the other sets. Alright, well, Prismatic Evolutions is going back up, so let's hope that we can get it on the uptrend. Let's hope for an Umbreon, Duskull, Bug Catcher into a Whimsicott, and nothing else. Oh well. Because we still got 3 more packs to go through. Then we'll clean this up and stop recording for the day. And also we got that 3D printer up and running, so that's going to be providing us with some good extra peripherals there at the Poke Clinic. All right, we got a little Pokeball, Black Belt's training Pokeball, and a Hydrapple EX. Not too bad. Burning through sleeves today, though. All these videos, all this product that we're opening up, and we're moving through it. All right, 2 packs left. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good week. Should be, I think this video is going to be coming out a little bit later towards, you know, one of these days in the future. But as you can tell, it's the same shirt. So, yeah, we're definitely kind of moving along here. Pokeball Carmine into an Eevee regular holo or reverse holo Eevee. That Carmine card from Twilight is amazing, by the way. That is one of the best looking illustrations, especially trainer galleries. It looks incredible. I think it might be the best looking trainer special illustration rare or illustration rare that is in Scarlet Violet. There's probably some really, I know there's some really cool ones out there, but that one might be the one. That one might be my favorite one, my personal favorite. Diplin, Riolu, Glass Trumpet, and a Pheasantipity, which is the exact same card from Shrouded Fable, but that's everything. That's all we're going to open for right now for today for this one video, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you guys know anybody that wants to be a part of the channel, wants to be a part of the community, just feel free to give them that link and feel free to like and comment. Let us know some of the questions. You know, if you guys have any questions, if you're curious about any stuff, if you want to reach out for us, maybe to buy some of your cards, depending on what it is, I'd be more than happy to chat with you. And the email is pokeclinic808 at gmail.com, I believe. And we do post that for when we do giveaways. So if you're curious, if you want to get a hold of me, that is the best way to do it, and you can find that in all the previous giveaways. So, or not all of them, but like the big ones, like when we did the 100, when we did the 151, and the build up for the 151. So that email's in the description of those videos. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, have a great weekend or week, and we'll see you in the next one. Aloha.